Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you all how to achieve this vampire makeup tutorial. If you do want to know how to transform yourself into a vampire for Halloween this year, then just keep on watching. To get started, I'm going to be priming my skin using my Makeup Forever Step 1 Smoothing Primer. This will just smooth my skin and just prep it for foundation. For my foundation, I'm going to be taking the Estee Lauder Doublewear foundation in the colour Bone. I wanted to go for a fairer skin, but I didn't want it to be extremely white, so I just took the lightest foundation that I owned, and I'm just going to be applying this all over my skin and just bouncing my beauty blender all over just to blend it into the skin. I didn't want to go for anything pure white, so that's why I'm not using a face paint or something like that. If you are naturally fair, then just go for your normal shade of foundation. You don't need to go for a pure white if you're naturally fair. If you do have a deeper skin tone, then just go a few shades lighter. I'm also just blending that around my eyes to act as a base for the eyeshadow we're going to be applying. To set my under eyes and also the rest of my face, I am using MAC Emphasize Powder, and this is just going to set everything in place and also just mattify these areas also. To contour, I'm going to be taking MAC Copperplate Eyeshadow. This is because I needed to go for something very grey toned to seriously contour and make the cheeks look a lot more sunken in. I'm first of all taking it on the sides of the forehead just to kind of bring my face inwards and to make my face look more narrow, and also I'm going to be taking it under the cheekbone. This is really going to make our face look a lot more gaunt. Because it's such a grey shade, it's going to look a lot like a contour, so if you use a grey shade, it really will start to change the shape of your face. I'm also going to be using that same shade on a smaller brush and just use it to contour my nose. To deepen up the contour and to warm it up a slightest amount, I'm taking this contour powder from MAC and I'm just going to be using it to really deepen up the deepest part of the contour, so right in the hollow of the cheek and also on the sides of my forehead as well. And as you can see, it's just giving it a lot more dimension. It's really making it look like I have very defined cheekbones when in reality I have one of the roundest faces ever. For my brows, I'm just going to fill them in using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, and I just wanted to go for a fairly natural shape and just kind of the way I usually tend to fill them in, just because I didn't want to go for anything too crazy, but you can fill them in with like a jet black if you wanted to, or make them super thin. I just wanted to stick to my natural shape. I'm just going to be taking some of that foundation I used for my face and just use that to shape the brow a little bit more, and then I'm going to be using my Anastasia Clear Brow Gel as well just to set them into place. I'm going to go ahead and do one eye off camera and we'll get started on the next one. To get started on the eyes, I'm going to be taking Makeup Geek Peach Smoothie Eyeshadow, and this is going to be our first transition shade. This is going to make all of the dark and dramatic colours just blend a lot more easier, and I definitely recommend using a colour like this, which is more similar to your skin tone, to just make everything blend more flawlessly. Then taking Makeup Geek Bitten, I'm going to be taking this into the crease as well, and this is definitely the star of the show. This is what gives it that really bruised and bloody effect all around the eyes. It's a really nice reddish cranberry shade and it just really adds to the whole effect. So I'm just taking this into the crease and I'm dragging it out towards the tail of my brow to really extend the eyes upwards, and I am going to take it in the inner corner again to create that bruised effect on the top lash line. Then taking MAC Black Track Eyeliner, I'm just going to be taking this onto my lid and using it as a base for the black eyeshadow we're going to use. This is going to make the black eyeshadow appear a lot more pigmented. Then taking Makeup Geek Corrupt Eyeshadow, I'm going to be patting this on top, and like I said, it's just going to make it appear a lot more pigmented, and it is going to set this eyeliner in place as well so it won't move all day. I am going to take this black shade into the crease as well to blend into that purpley red shade. I'm just making sure to go back into that previous brush just to make sure I blend it really well. Next, taking these Eldora false lashes. Aren't these just the most gorgeous lashes you've ever seen? They are so stunning. They are perfectly wispy and they do extend towards the end, so they're really going to drag our eyes upwards. I'm just applying those and also applying some mascara to make my natural lashes blend into the false ones. Next, I'm going to take that same Bitten shade and we are going to start to take this all the way down onto our bottom lash line and just smudge it all the way down almost to our cheek, and this is going to make our eyes look really bruised and it just makes us look really almost unwell, like a vampire. So I'm just going to make sure to smudge and blend this well. We don't want it to look too neat because, you know, bruising isn't necessarily natural blended eyeshadow, but I am going to be taking a black kohl pencil as well and apply this into the waterline, and I'm also going to take this on the bottom lash line as well, and we are going to be smudging this to make sure that it looks nice and blended and smoky. To create the veins on the bottom lash line, I'm going to be mixing these two shades from the Makeup Forever Flash palette to create a deep purpley red shade, and I'm going to be using this with a very small brush and just creating little branches to create veins. As you can see, I'm just drawing lines and then branching them off almost like a tree. You can look at pictures of veins if it makes it easier for you, but as you can see, I'm just drawing lines in random areas and then just kind of branching them off, and again, this just really gives it that horrible dead looking effect. And then I just mixed in some more of the blue to create a little bit more of a dark purple shade. And I just applied a little bit of this just because I thought it would look a little bit more realistic having two shades of veins, because we actually do have blue veins in our body as well. So I just thought it would add a little bit more realism to it, if there is any realism in this. I'm just blending out that black a little bit more just to make it look super smoky, and I am going to be applying some mascara onto my bottom lash line too. For my lips, I decided to go for a deep red lip just because I thought it was necessary. You can go for any lip color you want. I definitely feel like a red or a purple shade is really going to top off this look and just make it look vampy. I mean, there's a reason why they call it vampy. Vampy? Vampire? You know what I mean. I'm just using Vino lip liner to line my lips, and then I'm taking MAC Sin lipstick, and this is just a perfect shade. It's a really nice deep burgundy, but I did want it to be a little bit darker, so I went on top of it with Gerard Cosmetics Cherry Cordial. To create the little bite marks on the neck, this is totally optional, you don't have to do this, but this is just a little few extras I wanted to show you guys. I've just applied a little bit of that Bitten eyeshadow in 2 circles and just blended it on the neck. Just applying a little bit of black into the center just to give it a little bit of depth where the teeth would have sunk in, and then just blending that out. And then I'm taking some of this blood paste and just applying it in the center as well. This does dry, so I'm waiting for it to dry, and then I applied some fake blood just to drip down it. And again, this just gives it a really nice touch. It really looks like we've just been bitten and we've turned into this crazy vampire basically. And then of course you can go for a little bit of blood down the side of the mouth. I definitely say you can totally go for some contacts. I think red contacts would look amazing with this, and not to mention some fangs as well. So guys, that is the end of this makeup tutorial. I hope that you enjoyed. This was so fun to create. As you guys know, I love vampy looks in general, so to create a vampire look, it was so fun. If you guys did enjoy this video, then please like it for me and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, if you do recreate any of my Halloween tutorials this year, don't forget to hashtag me at makeupbyleyla. I would love to see it, and it just means the world. You guys have been recreating so many of my looks, and it's the best. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I can't wait to see you guys in my next video, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye guys.